Om. 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva, सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. So as we study the Soundarya Lahari, what we will see is that all these shlokas, uh, they have the yantra, mantra, tantra, prayoga also. So in the tantric practices, the use of a particular mantra, the sound series of sounds, is meant for doing something in this world, generally for the good of other people. That is the meaning of the proper use of tantra. So the tantra basically means a tool. It basically means a instrument. So, so a person who is a tantric is a person who knows how to use the instrument. What is the instrument to be used? Yantra and mantra. So he takes the yantra, he takes the mantra, activates both of them through each other. Since he does it, he is called the tantric. And the entire Soundarya Lahari has tantric practices associated with this. Today's shloka is called, till now we have seen that we have done Saraswati Prayoga, Vashini Prayoga. Now we are doing what is called Garuda Prayoga. Garuda Prayoga, this is a particular shloka. Garuda Prayoga means the Prayoga to activate the Garuda principle. Now what is that? We will see as we learn the shloka. First line. Kiranti mangebhya kiranikurambamritarasam. Kiranti mangebhya kiranikurambamritarasam. Ridhi tvamadhatte himakarashila murti nivayaha. Ridhi tvamadhatte himakarashila murti imaviyaha. सर्पाणां दर्पं शमयति शकुन्ताधिपैव. सर्पाणां दर्पं शमयति शकुन्ताधिपैव. ज्वरप्लुष्टान् दृष्ट्या सुखयति सुधाधारसितया. ज्वरप्लुष्टान् दृष्ट्या सुखयति सुधाधारसिरया. किरन्ति मंगेभ्यः किरणिकुरम्बामृतरसं. हृदि त्वामाधत्ते हिमकरशिलामूर्तिर्हिमयः. सर्पाणां दर्पं शमयति शकुन्ताधिपैव. ज्वरप्लुष्टान् दृष्ट्या सुखयति सुधाधारसिरया. So now let us first look at the meanings. Kirantim angebhyah. Radiating. Kiran means rays. Kirana means rays. Radiating from the body. Angebhyah, from the body. Kirana nikurambha amrita rasam. Now, this rays that radiate from her body, they become amrita. उनके शरीर से जो किरण निकलते हैं वो अमृत हो जाते हैं. निकुरंभ अमृत रसम. किरण निकुरंभ. निकुरंभ मीन्स टू क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कॉन्जील. टू आफ्टर मेल्ट करने के बाद, जैसे वैक्स मेल्ट कर जाता है, वैक्स मेल्ट करने के बाद ठंडा होता है तो क्या होता है, कम्स बैक एंड बिकम्स सॉलिड अगेन. सिमिलरली from her body, the rays which are more like liquid form, they are emanating and then they congeal into amrita. They congeal into amrita. Kirana nikurambha amrita rasam. हृदय हृदय में त्वाम आधाते तुम्हारे ऊपर त्वाम ऑन यू आधाते मीन्स he who meditates धी dharana, right? Similarly, he who meditates himakara shilamurti miva, this we have seen already. Chandrakanta shila, remember, moonstone. Similarly here himakara shila also means the same thing, moonstone. So the radiance of the moonstone that is on her body. So he who meditates on you in the radiant moonstone like form, yaha, jo aadmi, saha, use sarpanam darpam shamayati. Darpa means the terror, the आक्रोश जो है, right? So this the pressure that is caused by the fear of snakes. So sarpanam darpa shamayati. Shamanam means to be subduing, the sarpanam darpa shamayati. Shakunta iva. Shakunta means two meanings, eagle or vulture. Both of these here are indicating Garuda. So the way the eagle, when the eagle comes, the snakes run away, right? If you have seen, there is a particular eagle called the serpent eagle. In the forest you can see. And that serpent eagle, its only food is snakes. And it only eats snakes. So wherever there are serpent eagles, you can be sure that there will be snakes also, right? And the serpent eagle, so similarly, whenever they see the shadow of that serpent eagle, the snakes will run away. So similarly, the ego of snakes is destroyed. The fear of snakes is destroyed. Shakuntadhipaiva jvara plushtan. He who is suffering from fever. Jvara plushtan. Drishtya, dekhne par, looking. Sukhayati, becomes happy, cures. Sudhadhara siraya, flow of nectar like a stream. Siraya, like a vein, like a stream. So here what is he saying? He is saying, he who meditates in your form, which is glowing like moonstone, visualizing the flow of Amrita coming out like a stream, radiating from the rays emanating from your body, for him, the mere look of that person will cure all ailments. Just exactly as the sight of the Garuda removes the ego of the snakes. सांप बोलता है मैं सबको डसने से वो मैं मार सकता हूँ. गरुड़ को देखने से सांप क्या करता है? भाग जाता है, right? Indrajit, Meghnad, son of Ravan, he used what is called the Nagapasha on Ram and Lakshman. उसने नागपाश डाला, नागपाश से they were bound by thousands of snakes, and nobody has ever survived that. Next day morning, Indrajit finds they are already out there and ready to fight. What happened? During the night, Garud came, and the moment Garud's arrival was even visualized, the snakes in their ego, they all ran away. Ram did not recognize Garud, and he asks him in Valmiki Ramayana, it says, he did not recognize, and he says, "Oh great one, who are you? Because of your presence, the snakes have all gone." So Garud says, "We are associated for many millions of years. You do not know me now, but later on you will recognize me." And he goes away. So such a beautiful episode. So here that episode is being reflected here, where like the king of birds, when Garuda comes, you don't have to see, he has not used the word Garuda. So why should we talk about Garuda? Fine, don't have to talk. He says Shakunta. Shakunta means eagle. So when the eagle comes, the snakes run away. Now, what is the actual meaning of this? Oh, if I keep meditating on her divine form, and then somebody who is suffering from fever, I will only have to look at him and his fever will go. Is it even possible? You just look at somebody and that person who is suffering from fever, his fever will go. Just exactly as the snakes went away when Garud came. No, We have to understand this meaning. Sarpa darpa. What is sarpa? Sarpa here means our ego. The terror caused by our ego. That is removed. And here the person and the self are two people. So when the self, the inner self, looks at the body, mind, intellect, sees it as separate, the fever that he is suffering from. What is the fever? I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. That is a big fever, na? Sabse bada jwar hai wo. Jwara plushtan. We are all suffering from jwala plushtan. We are all jwara plushtan. We are suffering from that fever. Fever of identification with body, mind, intellect. That fever is reduced immediately. That fever does not take a second to go away. So I have to only look at myself. The moment because I have been meditating on her divine form, radiating with Amrita. Amrita, again, beautiful word. Why Amrita? Because it is when I radiate, when I look at her and I see that Amrita and I realize that I have nothing, no difference between that and me. I am that eternal, unchanging, avyaya, sanatana, aham. I am that which has never changed in my entire journey of 84 lakh yonis. Is there a single moment in your life where you have doubted your own existence? Main nahi hu. Never happens, no? But then you look at yourself and you say, oh, I am here. But what is that I which is here? When you were 3 years old, you were weighing 10 kilos. Today you are weighing 50 kilos. The 40 kilos extra is that extra I. Where is that I? Who is that I? 3 kilos wala ya 40 kilos wala, 50 kilos wala, 60 kilos wala? You wake up in the morning, you feel happy. Oh, acha chalo, today is a good day. It has beautiful weather. And then you get a call from somebody, there's some accident, somebody's fallen ill, somebody's in the hospital. Immediately your mood changes. Which is the I? The happy I, the sad I. Here Acharya is clearly distinguishing between the body, mind, intellect and the self. I, the self, when I look at what I earlier thought as my I, which is the body, mind, intellect, the fever of that I is removed because of my identification with that glowing form of Devi, which is shining like the moonstone. And here again, the poet in Acharya also has come out. Sudhadhara Siraya. Right? Like a stream falling, like a stream. Now, when you visualize the stream, there is another immediate stream that will come into your mind. The stream of Ganga falling from the head of Shiva. He has brought Shiva into this. Can you see that? आचार्य ने छोटा सा वर्ड्स यूज करके हमारी इमेजरी को, हम और इमेजिनेशन को इतना सुंदर से रीडायरेक्ट कर दिया. Immediately, when you read and understand the word Sudhadhara Siraya, because what is Ganga? Ganga, Gurudev used to say, Ganga is nothing but Chalamana Brahman. Mountains, the Himalayas are Sthiramana Brahman. Right? So, in that Sthiramana Brahman, from that the Chalamana Brahman is flowing. And the connecting of both of these is the Jnanamaya Brahman, which are the rishis who are still meditating in these higher altitudes. ये तीनों ब्रह्मन, इसीलिए तो बार-बार बोलता हूँ कि हिमालय जाना जरूरी है. हिमालय में जाओ, हिमालय का रस पी के आओ, तभी आगे बढ़ने का मौका मिलता है. क्योंकि वहां वो चलमान गंगा जो है, वो गंगा जल का, आचार्य क्या बोलते हैं भज गोविंदम में, ध्येयम गीता, नहीं सॉरी, भगवद गीता किंचित धीता गंगा जल लव कणिका पीता, गंगा जल लव कणिका पीता, एक ड्रॉप. You don't have to take a dip also. And you are free from all sin. What is sin? Sin is that which is taking away me from that union. योग से जो भोग की ओर ले जाता है, उसे हम लोग पाप बोलते हैं. So yesterday I was talking about this in some other forum, and this is basically two children were fighting, building complex. And both the parents came down, young children, 8, 9 years old, typical, wo mera skateboard hai, whatever, some type of fight. And both the children were caught by the ear, dragged back home by their parents. And while they were being taken, they were being thrashed. Thapa thap pad rahi thi. And this gave me a very interesting thought. After having thrashed the children, what will they do? They will go back home, they will take out Dettol, they will clean up all the scrapes, they will put medicine, right? They will give the child something to eat, right? All of that. Will they do it for the neighbor's child also? जिसके साथ झगड़ा हुआ था? नहीं, क्यों? मेरा बच्चा, मैं और मेरा बच्चा, ये भी पाप है. This also is papa. Papa is not necessarily stealing, getting angry. In our small day-to-day functions, when we are operating through aham, mama, me, mine, me, mine, me, mine, you are basically doing harm. But why does that me, mine happen? Because of the identification. How can I get rid of this identification? By meditating on her divine form. By meditating on that divine form, which is like moonstone, glowing, radiating with gentle glory. When we say, today, we were doing the invocation, it suddenly flashed in my eyes and I had to close my eyes a little strongly. What do we say? Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha. And I don't know, that second, I had a flash in my eyes and I had to press my eyes closed. Just imagine if Surya Koti Samaprabha is standing in front of you, can you even open your eyes? So what does she do? She takes that and radiates it to us in a form where we can accept it. Himakara Shila, not Surya Shila. So if she was Surya Shila, which is her natural form is Surya Shila, right? Her natural form is Surya Koti. Koti Surya Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha, 1,000. But then how when she comes to our presence, she knows our limitations. And in our limitations, she reduces her form. She makes it such that it becomes Amrita. And we can accept it. We accept it with grace. We take that. And when we partake of Amrita, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa once gave a very interesting story. He was saying that there is a bowl of Amrita. There's a bowl of Amrita. And a fly comes over there and is trying to get to that Amrita because it is sweet. So the fly will want to eat it. So how should the fly eat that? How should the fly eat the Amrita? So one of the disciples, he said, we should sit on the side and sip the Amrita. So Thakur started laughing and said, Are Buddhu, Amrit hai, doob jao usme, marega nahi. Amrit hai wo, marega nahi, you doob ja. Right? Similarly, that Amrita, what does it do to us? Amrita here stands for Brahma Jnana. And Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. Any knowledge that we have changes us. Brahma knowledge, Brahma Jnana transforms us. We become Brahman. And hence, when we absorb that Amrita in us, when we take that Amrita emanating from her radiant form, so is it some physical thing? No, it is not some physical thing. It is just the knowledge of that I am not the body, mind, intellect. Not knowledge when I say not understanding, but the experiential knowledge of the fact that I am not the body, mind, intellect. I am not that framework of ego which is covered by the vasanas, made to ride on this cycle. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. You are 35 kilometers today. Similarly, you have to go on that Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam treadmill. So you do 7 rounds of 5 kilometers. Wahi ghum rahe, wahi ghum rahe, wahi ghum rahe. So that we are trapped on that treadmill of life. And that you get free from. That is what this is talked about. At a prayoga level, they say that you should take the yantra, then you put pious and you do meditation of this 108 times every day. And then you feed the pious to the person who is suffering from fever, the fever is supposed to go. Good, true, bad, I don't know. I don't get there. That is not the way we study this. We are studying this purely from the Advaitic viewpoint, where we have to see how does this take us to the next step of understanding how do I merge with her. Because our manas, it requires something. Until the manas has become zero, it requires something to hold on. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi used to say, follow the thought back to its origin. Where did it come from? And when you follow it, it will go back to the spiritual heart and rest, and that is the end of the thought. It will never come back again. But that is not something that is easy for us to do. So therefore, we need a form, we need a structure, we need a process. All of these form, structures, processes enable us to hold on to something which is bigger than us. That is the whole understanding of this particular shloka. Let us repeat the shloka once more. Kiranti mangebhya kiranikuramvamritarasam Ridhi tvamadhatte himakarashila murti mivayaha sarpanam darpam shamayati shakuntadhipaiva jvara plushtan drishtya sukhayati sudhadharasiraya. Any doubts, any questions?
Yes, tvam adhatte. What does tvam, I understood. Adhatte is what?
To meditate.
To?
Meditate.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other doubts? Okay, we will take up Bhavani Ashtakam, verse number 3. Before that, let us finish reciting verse number 1 and 2. Na tato, na mata, na bandhur, na data, na putro, na putri, na bhartyo, na bharta, na jaya, na vidya, na vrittir, rameva, gatisvam, tameka, bhavani, bhavabdha, vapare, mahadukha bhiru, prapata, prakami, pralobhi, pramattah, kusamsara pasha, prabadha sadaham, gatisvam, tameka, bhavani. Next shloka. Na jana midhanam, na chadhyana yogam, na jana mitantram, na chastotra mantram, na jana vipujam, na chanyasa yogam, gatisvam, tvameka bhavani. So, na janami danam. Why you don't know how to give something to somebody? कोई आएगा आपको उसको दे दीजिए 200 रुपया दे दीजिए 100 रुपया दे दीजिए राइट व्हाट इज दिस न जानामि दानम व्हाट इज द मीनिंग so what happens is this is a interesting story I have told you about my I used to live in Delhi with a lady who I used to treat as my own mother. I have told you this story, right? बताया नहीं कभी? So I was posted in Delhi and I used to live in a hotel. मगर होटल में कितने दिन रह सकेंगे उधर लंबा चल रहना है 2 साल के लिए रहना है कंपनी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं था कंपनी said you live here but I didn't like the hotel food every day who can eat hotel food right so I was looking for a PG I knew I would be shifted from Delhi to Bombay so I had not told the family to also shift so 2 साल दिल्ली में निकाल लेंगे Delhi ka area of control included Calcutta, so I would be visiting them at least once in a month. So now Delhi, I have to go and live in a PG. The broker, I found a broker. The broker took me to a place. It was in Chittaranjan Park, which is the Bengali area, and he took me to this person. And this lady who was sitting over there, she was sitting on a sofa in the inside room. And she was wearing a white sari with a red border. She had a big red tika. She had absolutely white hair, not gray, white and gray नहीं, पूरा white. और लंबे बाल थे, कमर तक के बाल थे और पूरे खुले हुए थे और walking stick side में रखी हुई थी. उनको देख के, the moment I saw her, I just burst into tears and I went and hugged her. And she started crying. She did not ask my name. I did not know them. And she said, come and stay. Why don't you shift today itself? our relationship very clearly for both of us was that there was something left over from the mother-son relationship of some past life, which we were playing out in this life. She was herself, however, a very advanced spiritual soul. हमारे प्रारब्ध कहीं जुड़े हुए थे, तो she was the niece of Ananda Mahima. So Ananda Mahima के सबसे छोटी बहन की बेटी थी, and obviously very strong connections with Ananda Mahima's ashram and all that, but also with Ramakrishna Mission. So I spent a wonderful 2 years over there. Now, one day, and this happened in my presence, one of her relatives, she came with a sweater, and she gave this sweater to this auntie. She said, "Auntie, I made this with my own hands. Please take this." So she took it. A week later, this lady came again, and she found that the sweater was being used by the servant. So she said, "Arey auntie, मैंने तो अपने हाथ से बुन के दिया आपको. I gave it for you only, and you have given it to the servant." The auntie immediately called the servant. Said, "Sweater निकालो." He took the sweater. He folded it and gave it back. Said, "No, this is for you." Said, "No, you have only handed over the sweater. You have not given it to me." That is the way we give dana. मैंने दिया था. I gave this to somebody at some point of time. न जानामि दानम. क्योंकि मैं दान के साथ मेरा ego has not gone away. In our Sanatana Shastra, the person who receives the dana has to be given a dakshina for accepting the dana. And you have to do a pranam to him, whoever he is. Thank you for having accepted this as a dana from me. So, na janami danam, na cha dhyana yogam. ध्यान योग भी तो मुझे पता ही नहीं है. न जानामि तंत्रम, न स्तोत्रम मंत्रम, ये सब कुछ नहीं आता है. न जानामि पूजा, न च न्यास योगम. We do न्यास ना, sir. ना, remember the shloka? इस ललिता सहस्रनामम. पश्चिन्यादि वाग देवता ऋषि है. So that is the न्यास. So that I don't know all this. What is the indication here? There are two types of, okay. Firstly, 90% of the world or 99% of the world is Charvaki. Charvaki ka matlab, they are living in this wonderful world where they say, Rinam kritva gritam vivet yavat jivet sukham jivet bhasmi bhutasya dehasya kuta puna agamanaha. Who has seen anybody come back? Enjoy yourself. Right? 99% of the world is living there. 1% of the world asks that big question, ko hum. मैं कौन हूं? जब तक ये सवाल नहीं उठता है, until this curiosity does not arise, until this jignasa does not arise, the movement of moving towards union, towards yoga cannot happen. So the journey is basically from koham to soham. How it happens? You ask that question. So you go to tattva jnani, tattvadarshi jnani, right? Very clearly in chapter 4, he describes that tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya, he says, right? So he goes to that person, upadekshantam, for who will give you advice? In what way? Who will give you? Tattvadarshi jnani. So he has already experienced reality, he has validated it through the scriptures. Such a person will give you the knowledge. When he gives you the knowledge, what is the knowledge he will give you? He will give you the knowledge of saying, you are that. Tattvamasi. Now the student sits down and meditates. And in his meditation, he comes to the answer ultimately and says, yes, I am that, soham. So from koham to soham is a journey that only 1% of the world, and Bhagavad Gita accepts that. Says that fine, that 1% will keep on going on every year, one more person will come and ask that question and he will start moving. When we move there, then bhakti is necessary. Now, bhakti can be of various types. Ravan also is known as a very important and a very powerful Shiva Bhakta. So Ravana, then the Banasur, all of these people, they worshipped Shivas in such a form that Shiva had to manifest. But their Asuri nature did not go. The ego did not go. So this is not that bhakti. So then there are two different types of other type of bhakti. The bhakti that takes you forward. What is that type of bhakti? That type of bhakti has two types of descriptions. Markata bhakti and Marjara bhakti. Markata bhakti is like the monkey. Now, if you have seen ever mother monkey jumping from one roof to another or one tree to another, and the baby monkey is holding on to the stomach tightly. So the baby monkey holds on, and the mother monkey can go everywhere, but the baby monkey will keep on tightly holding on. So that is called the Markata bhakti. I will hold on to you, my mother. I will do everything to just hold on to you. Oh माँ, मैं तुम्हारे सिवा किसी को नहीं पकड़ता, मैं तुमको ही पकड़ के रखूंगा. There is a next level of bhakti from there, which is called Marjara bhakti. Marjara means cat. Have you seen a baby cat, kitten? It is blind. It cannot move, but it knows only one thing. That's all it knows. So it will sit in one place and do meow, 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 meow. And the mother cat, wherever she is, she will come running to that. This particular shloka talks of Marjara bhakti. मुझे कुछ नहीं आता, मैं तुम्हें पकड़ना भी नहीं आता. मुझे तुम्हें पकड़ना भी नहीं आता. I don't even know how to catch you. I only know you, and I will only call out your name. Gatistvam tameka bhavani. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. Let us do the three shlokas once more. Na tato, na mata, na bandho, na data, na putro, na putri, na bhartyo, na bharta, na jaya, na vidya, na vatprittir, mameva, gatistvam tameka bhavani, bhavabdha vapare mahadukha bhiru, prapata prakami pralobhi pramatta, kusamsara pasha prabhaddha sadaham, Gatistvam tameka bhavani, na jana vidanam, na chadhyana yogam, na jana mitantram, na chastotra mantram, na jana vipujam, na janyasa yogam, gatistvam tameka bhavani.
Actually, in my book, the wordings are a little different, but what you told and what you had sent is superb. In this, it is Prajesham,
No.
Ramesham, something
Prajesham,
different. It is.
No, Prajesham Ramesham is the 6th shloka.
Oh, here 6th is, okay. Here the 6th is little different. Na janami punyam, na janami tirtham, na janami.
That is the 4th. That is the 4th.
Oh, okay, 1 minute. This is the na janami punyam is 4th, is it?
Yes.
And today what you told is 3rd in yours, but
Correct.
acha. Oh, okay. In mine it is 5th.
Okay.
Dhyana
5th is
yoga. Correct. The numbers are different.
Okay. ठीक है, आप numbers correct कर दीजिए. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry, sir. Sir, what is the difference between dan and dakshina? And I understand which that we give a brahmin or puja for जो पूजा के बाद किसी को दिया जाता, that is dakshina.
हाँ, so दक्षिणा के लिए दक्षिणा प्राप्त योग के लिए क्या बोलते हैं, पात्र योग प्राप्ति करता है, दक्षिणा की प्राप्ति होती है. यानी कुछ करने के बाद दक्षिणा मिलती है, पढ़ाने के बाद दक्षिणा मिलती है, भोजन के बाद दक्षिणा मिलती है, दान के बाद दक्षिणा मिलती है, कुछ करने के बाद दक्षिणा मिलती है. दान जो है Dan is you give out of your wanting to share. You're wanting to share. You're out of your compassion or empathy that you feel for the other. So that is called dana. Dana given with ego is not dana. And that is only uska to naam hi nahi hai.
Thank you very much, sir.
चलिए शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम
धन्यवाद।